It's your boy E,
It's your boy Cam.
and you're tuned into
Well Society.
All right, guys, this is the 7th episode of Well Society. Dang, that feels good to say. And so I have my co-host, Cam,
It's your boy Cam.
me, Eduardo, and then a special guest today, Robert.
Rob, Chop by Rob.
Tell them a little bit about yourself.
I'm a 19-year-old barber. Really, I just started cutting hair as a senior in high school. I work another job at FedEx and really just trying to grind right now so I can get to a point where I can create content full-time.
Facts, I feel you. So a little bit about Robert. I actually went to high school with him. He was 1 year below me, right?
Yep.
And we played baseball together. And, I just remember him just playing baseball. And he was always to himself, but I saw, you were trying to do something with your life. And I was just, and I saw the podcast that you made.
Yeah,
when
I did a podcast in high school.
You were a senior, right?
Yep.
Yeah, I had graduated, but I still listened in. And I was like, that's pretty good.
Appreciate it.
Yeah, and then, now we're here. And so let's talk a little bit about, I want to say traumas, healing traumas. What's something that you've healed so far?
Probably the biggest trauma that I faced when I was a sophomore.
Mm-hmm.
One of my best friends passed away from suicide.
Ooh,
So that was probably one of the biggest moments of my life because it really opened my eyes to real world stuff.
Yeah.
That's how I got on the mental health advocate journey. So that's something I still deal with every day. Really, I'm not gonna say I've healed from it, you know. But that's just life, You continue to deal with things. You don't ever get over them. You just have to just keep going. So
You just keep it in there, but
that's definitely the biggest roadblock I would say I faced.
Would you say the pain is the same? You just get better at handling it.
I don't know, cause it's still sometimes it's been we're coming up on 3 years, and sometimes I still don't even think it's real. Sometimes I'm he's still out there, So it's I don't know, mentally, I don't know. It's weird. It really messes you up, and I don't really think I've ever really accepted it. I just you just move on. You just keep going,
He was your best friend. You knew him since.
No, I didn't know him that long. He was older than me. I looked up to him though. I remember as a freshman, I came into high school. I started dressing like him, listening to music.
Do I know him?
Nah.
Oh, okay.
Nah, but it was tough. So that was the toughest thing so far.
And what's something that's been holding your business back that you didn't know, that you recently found out, or that you overcame, or something?
Man, I feel like I deal with a lot of social anxiety, putting myself out there. When I'd go to the gym, I would see people who need cuts, and I just couldn't get myself to go up to them. Same goes with doing videos. I have all these creative ideas and ways to do it. Then when I get in the moment, I get anxious. It gets the best of me.
How do you try to surpass? What's the one moment you remember you just, all right, I'm gonna go up to this person, I'm gonna talk to him?
I don't really think there's been one moment. It's really just been the fact that there's been several times where I've got together with someone to make a video, and then it turned out terribly. So it's think time after time after time I've been able to learn, okay, this didn't work out, but I learned something from it. So after a few experiences of a video attempt falling apart, I've just been able to put things together, and right now I've been taking a minute off of social media really just to find my direction and where I wanted to go, but I know where I'm going to go. I know how I'm going to do things now, so just putting the last few things together. Soon I'll be back on it. So
now, in terms of business, not even business, just in life, what's your mission? What do you want to do?
Man, I just want to be free with my time. I don't want to have to get up and go to the barbershop and cut hair, you know what I mean? Regardless, if you love something, when you do it over and over, it starts to feel like a job no matter
that's
what.
True.
After the third, fourth cut each day, I'm already tired of this, you know what I mean? So if I can get to a point where financially I'm free and I can just literally wake up in the morning with my family, to put my kids to school, you know what I mean? Not have to do that 9 to 5 type of thing. That's definitely where I'm trying to reach.
Yeah, I think that's really most of our goals, because I feel like when we're financially free, it's easier to help other people, right? Now, let's say we don't have to get up and go to work. I think we're more creative. We create things, and then we find ways to help other people, and ourselves too. So it's I agree with that so much. And in terms of business, like, what is one of the ways that you got clients when you started getting clients? How'd you do it?
Man, I just was being myself.
It just gravitated. People just gravitated.
Somewhat. I know a lot of barbers. There's all different types of tactics and ways you try to go about promoting yourself and getting clients on social media and in person. I didn't try to reach the biggest numbers as fast as possible. I just really just gave it to God and was like, this is what I'm gonna do. Like, I know this is meant for me. So like, the people who are gonna work with me and support me, they're gonna come to me regardless. You know, so it's like, I'm not being like comfortable. I'm just doing what I know I can do and letting the rest just kind of fall into place. Play out. Yeah.
So I got a question. So you said you were just being yourself. How did you find yourself, and how did you find the direction and the purpose of where you're going?
Man, that's a good question. When I was in high school, you know, I was doing dual credit classes, all that kind of stuff. Like, I'm gonna go to college like everybody else, and then one day it just hit me like, this ain't for me. And I don't know, it's a blessing because, you know, there's people who are older than me and people at my age who don't know what they want to do, what they're good at, what they're passionate about, and I just been blessed with it. All hit me at once, you know. When barbering came across my mind, like, everything hit me, you know. As I started cutting hair more, I realized I didn't love cutting hair. It was the conversation that I loved, and you know, the interactions with people and the experiences that I've had, and that's really kind of even put me on a different path than barbering, because I don't just want to cut hair, you know. I want to be able to just build relationships and really just have a positive influence and positive energy.
Yeah, that's definitely, I'm pretty sure that's what we all want.
I think like the currency of life, like the value of life is relationships. Like, if you don't like manage it and build relationships with people, like, life is gonna be
everything's
sour.
Gonna be hard for you. Business, life, like, you have to build meaningful relationships.
I feel like also, I mean, you have to have a genuine purpose for yourself. Like, oh, I want bread. Like, that's not really a good enough reason, because like, when times get tough, like, that's not gonna be a reason that's gonna make you keep pushing through. Like, you have to really deep down be fighting for something genuine and authentic, because if you just want a couple stacks, then you know.
What are you fighting for? Like, what's in the back of your mind when you're working?
Man, I just want to be a better person. Like, the influence that my friend had over me, I want to be able to portray that positivity to someone younger, to someone older. It doesn't matter. Like, if I can just give off some inspiration as a Christian, as a man, as a human, whatever, like, that's what I want to do. I just want to have positive vibes and somebody just not necessarily look up to me, because I don't want to be above anybody. I just want them to be like, yo, like, take something from me, and vice versa. I could take something from them too.
When did you get started getting close to God?
I was born into the church as a kid, but as I got older, we stopped going. And then my junior year, I started going with an ex, and she really brought me into church. And ever since then, I kind of just been growing my relationships, and really that's really the key, you know. And some people would disagree, and I'm not gonna argue with you, but it's just like like, my life has just turned around since I've given everything to God. My life has turned around, and it's just like, that's all it is.
360,
you know? Like, you can take it or leave it, but that's really what it is. So it's like,
go ahead.
So would you say that like God has a help whenever you get those thoughts of giving up or like wanting to quit? Like, would you say like he helps take the burden off your shoulders?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, he constantly reminds me of why things are the way they are. You know what I mean? Like, of course, if I could control everything, I would have been making money. I would have been you know what I mean? I would have been created that platform that I'm seeking. But like, if I'm not ready for it, that's the reason why I don't got it. So it's like, I'm not tripping. So it's like, I know I'm in this position for a reason, and every single day I learn something new. Every single day I make mistakes. You know, it's like, I'm not a perfect barber. I'm not a perfect social media creator. I'm not a perfect person. So it's like, he allows me to continue to remember why I'm doing what I'm doing. But also, it just falls into like the fact that like every day, like, I'll just tell myself just one more day. Like, that's really what keeps me going. It's just one more day. So it's like, I just keep trying to grow from
It's hard having that mindset though, because we're impatient. As 20-year-olds, with TikTok and everybody showing us millionaires by 23, it's hard. But I learned not to look at that stuff anymore, because like you said, God, for my believers, like, even if you're not a believer, like, you got to put you in this situation because he knows you're not ready for it. Like, I'm over here, like, when I'm at home questioning myself, I'm like, Like, why isn't this working out? I haven't learned something yet. There's something that I'm missing.
And it also has to do with something like when you look at people on social media 2019 that are like famous, you try to follow their path, and that's not your own path, and that's why it doesn't work out. So you have to follow the path that God shows for you, and
But see, that's the problem with social media is that it's impossible to go on social media and not compare yourself to someone else. Like, it's impossible. Like, whether it's for the good or bad, I can go on social media and see someone and be like, oh, I'm definitely doing better than them. Or I can see it and be like, they're definitely doing better than me. This is inevitable. Like, I can't not go on social media, see what someone else is doing, and not psychologically compare how I could be doing better. And
it's harder for us because, like, we post on social media, like, we have to be on the platforms and have to soak up everything we watch. And I'm just like, sometimes I just get irritated because
it's draining.
I know how much it messes with my head.
Yeah, that's the hard part, is knowing how negatively social media can affect you, but how positively it can affect your business. You know, like business, like I got to be on it for a business barber aspect, but like I don't want to be on it. Yeah. So it's just like,
I guess, like, if we're thinking outside of the box, the way to fix that is make your business so successful to where it's like you'll pay someone else to be on social media for you. So you don't have to be addicted and go through all that.
Yeah, it takes time to get to that point, though, for sure.
You got to get through the gray area, putting in the work.
Yeah.
One thing I've learned with social media and stuff, it's like, take it in with a grain of salt. Like, you can't be watching that stuff. If there's time, just separate yourself from it. If you can't, find a way. Like, what I did was, I was at the gym one day. I was like, man, I'm tired of this stuff. I literally went and I unfollowed 600 people. Jeez. 600 people, one by one. And there was a limit on how many people you can unfollow. That's what social media apps do. And I was like, I'm tired of this, bro. And then I unfollowed everyone who I didn't think was doing good for my life or anything. And now my Instagram feed is little by little, it's getting like more like, oh, damn, like that's what I need.
Right, right, for sure. No, I try to, I don't not follow people because I think I'm a celebrity. I just, if what you're posting isn't helping me in any way, if it's not healthy, like, I'm not going to follow. Like, it's just that simple. Like, I no longer go on social media just to see selfies. Like, like, I'm past that. Like, I'm on there for business. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm on there for business. Like, I'm not trying to post like my vacation pics or see, like, I don't care. Like,
it's not important. Like, posting pictures of you, selfies and stuff. It's just like, I think you should use it as a tool. Like, social media is a tool. Use it for your business, or if you want to connect with other people, use it.
But that's why it's so dangerous, though, because like when you get in that trap of validation that it gives you, like, it's almost impossible to get out of it.
You seek it and you want it 24/7, huh?
For sure,
yeah. What's one thing that you're lacking in your business right now that you think you need to grow on? Besides what you told me earlier.
Just experience. I'm young. I've never been naturally good at anything. I just have had the ability to learn quickly. So, like, I've grown a lot in just this year and a half of being a barber. But, like, at the end of the day, I've only been in it a year and a half. So it's like, whether I think my fades come out better than a 10-year veteran barber, like, he still got 10 years, So it's like,
facts.
That's just really, it just all takes time, and I'm just lacking on the experience. So that's why I'm just trying to be like a sponge and soak up as much information and lessons as possible.
And in terms of I know you're in a relationship right now. How long have you been dating? You better say sorry right now. Just say sorry.
We're going on 9 months.
9 months? Yeah. Oh wow, that's a long time. How do you keep a healthy relationship with everything you got going on?
It's tough. It's just there's no perfect relationship. No. You know what I mean? So it's like seeing what you see on social media of other couples, it makes you feel like, dang, like, what am I doing wrong? You know what I'm saying? But like, it's an everyday thing, working on communication, working on balancing her personal life, her school life, her work life with my life as well. So it's like, it's a challenge, and there's never a point where it's going to be easy. If it's easy, like, something's going on.
Something's not right.
So it's like, it's okay to have your moments. It's okay to butt heads, not see eye to eye.
Yeah.
Especially me and her, we're completely opposite people. So we have different perspectives for everything.
Does she believe in God?
Yeah.
Are you a workaholic or no?
I am. Yeah.
Okay. Did she like that?
To an extent, like, I'll put work over my well-being. A lot more than I should. I'll put work over, like, for a minute I was sleeping like 3-4 hours. Like, I would wake up, 4, go to FedEx, right? And out 4 a.m., work till like 10 a.m. I would go cut hair from like noon to about 8 p.m. I'd go home, sleep maybe like 2.5 hours, and go back to FedEx from like 11 p.m. to about 4 a.m. the next day. And I remember I did that on her birthday, like the day before her birthday, and we were gonna go out that day. So like, you know what I mean? Like I was tired, you know, but like it's just a learning experience, you know. You gotta be able to figure out what your limit is. Yeah. You know what I mean? You gotta be careful though, but you gotta learn how far you can go, how far you can push yourself.
That is true. Very true. Do you think you put work over your well-being because you don't love yourself enough?
That's a loaded question.
That's a tough question. I don't think it's because I don't love myself enough. I just feel like I'm not working as hard as I should be. Yeah. Like if I'm chilling, I feel like I'm doing something wrong.
Yeah, and that's
somebody's beating me somewhere else. You
know? But I've learned one thing that's not healthy. I've learned throughout time. I had the same mindset, right? I was like, what the fuck am I doing? Like I'm not doing nothing right now. And I was I would spend time with my ex, and I'd be like, oh, what am I doing? I'm wasting time right now watching a movie or something. It was in my head. And then I learned, as time went by, it's like, you gotta like just cherish the experience. And
for sure,
you can't think like work's your all and everything, right? Yeah. At some point, someone's gonna die, someone's gonna leave your life. And if you don't cherish those moments, it's like, you're always caught up in your head. Yeah, it's your own perspective. And it messes up your life, and that's something that I've learned. But what are you looking to do after barbering?
Well, for a while, it was really just, I want to get to a point where I can cut hair like 1-2 days a week max, and really just take care of the people that took care of me, you know, and really use the rest of the time to travel and do like motivational speakings to schools and events like that. And then at the same time, do a little bit of content creation. But lately, I don't know, it's been on my heart to just get more involved with the church. So really,
same here.
For a minute, I haven't been focused on growing business wise. Like I'm gonna get to where I need to be, you know, and I'd rather be at the house with my parents, you know. I'd rather be with my girl. I'd rather be at the church.
Yep, you have a good relationship with your family.
Yeah, it's a blessing.
Yeah, I'm actually going to a church, Hope City. What church are you going to?
Cypress Creek Baptist Church.
Oh, that's right by I know where that's at. That's right next to HEB, right? Or am I tripping?
No, you tripping.
Okay. Where's it by?
It's on 290 in Telke.
Okay.
But I mean, you know, like you said, it's unhealthy to be such a workaholic. It's okay to work hard, you know, but to an extent, it's not worth it.
Yeah, it's like almost like you got that subconsciously from your family. Like something happened, like at a younger age, where it's like you think not doing something is like you're wasting time. But something happened at a young age. Because for me, when I look back on it, or I look at myself, I'm like, why do I think like that? Like why am I thinking like, oh, I'm a bum? Or like, no, it's not. And it's not because you're not working hard enough. It's because like something happened at a younger age where it was like, get your ass up and go do something. Or was it like that at a young age? Do you remember looking back?
I think that's a normal human. Like that's just normal. Especially when you get involved in business. You know, like I compare me as a barber to other barbers. I compare me as a content creator to other content creators. So when I see what they're doing, and if I'm not doing that or something similar or something of my own, I feel like I'm not, you know what I mean? So my family's always been supportive, and I'm not saying they're not hard workers, because everybody's hard workers, but it's just, I don't know where I got the mindset that I got. It's just, that's just who I am, I guess. Everybody has a bit of.
We were talking to Renee on the last episode, and he was like, that mindset, you didn't just get it. It's like somebody gave it to you. So it's like either God or
It's just, I don't know. I mean, he built you up to be exactly who you are, you know. And the people in your life and your experiences are all there for a reason, just like you're in someone else's life for a reason. So I don't know. I don't have any traumas in my life that caused me to be a hard worker. I don't know. I just picked it up somewhere along the way. So I don't know.
Yeah. And what's one way? That's like the best way you're looking to help people.
Just being genuine and authentic. You know, I feel like when I look, like, this is an example on social media. They'll show like reels on Instagram as daily vlogs of them waking up in this nice penthouse, and it's like, really, bro? Like how is that motivating to someone else? You know? So really, but it's cool though. Don't get me wrong. It's cool lifestyle content. It's something to chase. But really, I just want to use my experiences and build a platform that will allow others to use their voice and really just make a community kind of thing. And
bro, really, I want to build a community. Like, really, like people can just hit you up, be like, hey, I'm struggling with this. All right, let me help you. Hey, come to my church or something. Like, you know what I mean? And it's really hard to do it nowadays because, like, especially on social media, it's like, I mean, there's so many things you can watch, and you go from clip to clip to clip to clip. That whatever you say, it's like, it has to be super authentic and genuine, and it has to come across like you're really trying to help. And that's really what I've been trying to do. I mean, I've been really trying to help in any way, shape, or form, and really try to build a community. I think as a business owner, I think that's what you have to do. Like, try to be super authentic, and if someone needs your help, go ahead and text them, help them. If they're texting you or something, engage. Like, that's one thing I learned about growing. You need to engage with people, whether it's social media, in person. Engage and help. So yeah.
So this is a problem. How do you be authentic or genuine whenever your mind is not your own? Like, it's comprised of what you think everybody wants from you. So how do you get to the root of who you really are?
I think it really just depends on, like, you have to know your purpose for doing something. Like I said, like, I could care less about the followers. Like, I know I'm on the right path, and that's all that matters to me. So it's like, if you're not on that path, if you're doing it for someone else or for something else, for a worldly matter, a materialistic reason, like,
I gotta make it.
Yeah, it's just, you gotta have a genuine purpose to be able to be who you are genuinely.
Yeah.
I feel like if you ever have the mindset of trying to avoid some type of failure, then you're already going the wrong path. Like, you gotta embrace failure. You gotta embrace adversity. You gotta embrace the embarrassing moments.
Get uncomfortable.
This is something I say a lot, but it's I say this on probably like every podcast, but it's plan to fail so you succeed. Like, sometimes, like, I go out and I plan to fail so I can literally learn from it and become better.
Yeah, like when we go out in downtown, we just ask people, hey, what do you do for a living? Like, how many times do we fail? Like,
a lot, bro.
He's like, nah, bro, we don't want to answer. I'm like, okay, cool, next person. You know what I mean?
Right. No,
like,
for sure.
Even if you get those little butterflies, you just, like, just do it. If you fail, you fail. You keep going. So probably my next question would be, in terms of, like, your story, like, how did you keep going when you started, like, realizing that you wanted to be a barber? Like, how did you, like, because people give up, like, oh man, I could drop barber school, I don't want to do this. Or, like, how did you keep going? Like, you just had a straight vision the whole time?
I don't want to say yes, because that's not it's not a authentic answer for most people, but for me, that's just what it was. Like, I didn't know I wanted to be a barber. I just knew going to barber school was the right thing. You know what I mean? Yeah. It's like a step to my next journey in life.
Okay, I got you.
That's all I knew. I didn't know where I was gonna go.
It's the next thing, yeah.
I just knew I just needed to be right here, and everything else would fall into place.
Yeah. That's kind of how, I mean, I did it too. Like, I didn't know where I was going, but I saw this and I ended up here. Yeah.
There's like a saying, I forget how it goes exactly, but basically there's a horse and a guy in a forest or something, and they're lost. And the guy's like, man, I can't see the end of the path. Yeah. And the horse is like, well, can you see your next step? And he's like, yeah. And he's like, well, that's all that matters. You don't need to see the end, the destination. As long as you see your next step, then, you know what I mean, just focus on that one step at a time.
And that's basically saying, like, focus on what you can control and what you can do right now. Because, like, it's really hard to, I mean, it's really difficult to not be stuck in the future. Like, so, like, in order to get out of that, basically just, what can you do today to be better for tomorrow?
Just be in the present, right?
Yeah. So if there's one message that you would want to leave with the people and, like, really impact people, what would it be?
Just embrace who you are. Stop trying to be someone you're not. It's like, embrace the things that you're good at and understand the things that you're bad at, because, like, at the end of the day, that's what makes you. Like, I used to be so worried about what people thought of me, and not only that, I just didn't like things about myself too. Like, I didn't care what other people thought about some things. It was just, I hated it about myself. And that puts a cap on you on how far you can grow as a person, or in whatever industry you're in. So it's like, just embrace who you are, embrace your strengths, and just continue to find ways to be just a better person.
Yeah, that was me in high school. I was caring about what other people thought. I don't know if you remember me, but in high school I was just, like, so worried about people. You know what I mean? Sometimes I would, like, be myself, and then, how it gets, you're trying to fit in with the group or something, and you're not yourself. Right? So yeah, I agree with that. I would say the biggest thing that's helped me is just being myself. That's the only thing that's kept me going. Just being myself, and to the 100%, like to the 100. You know what I mean?
For sure.
100.
Mm-hmm.
And well, obviously God too.
Yeah.
You know? The next question would be like, let's say like after you got your barber, it's like a certificate, license, right?
Yeah, you got to go to school in Texas. You got to get 1,000 hours. Then you got to pass a written test and a practical test. And once
1,000?
you do that, 1,000 hours. In some states, it's 1,500.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah. So it just
Written.
yeah, you got to do a written test and then you got to do a practical test. So
Oh wow, I did not know that.
then you get your license after you pay the fee too, of course.
Damn.
It's a process.
Would you say it was worth it?
Yeah, it was worth it. I mean, I met a lot of cool people and received a lot of good advice and heard about a lot of different experiences. So it was an eye opener for sure.
What's the one thing that you know to be true about business? Something that's helped you the most to grow your business?
I mean, business is tricky, bro. It's like you can never it's something you will never master.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like no
It's
matter,
always something coming up.
It's always something new. It's always some. So it's just keep learning. You know, you gotta have that mindset of accepting new information and new strategies. You know, because people get so caught up in, oh, I already know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
You know, so it's like if you want to grow in business, you just gotta be open to.
You got any book recommendations?
Nah, bro, I hate reading. I hate reading.
Start. Just grab a book.
I need to, but I hate it.
Well, speaking of like being a barber and being true to yourself, I actually have a book in my bag. I don't know if you want to grab it real quick.
Where's that? Oh, fine.
This is called Deep Work, and it means like doing what's true to you and like not something shallow, like checking emails or doing something cheapy, like doing it at the root of it and trying your best to be, you know.
I've actually been reading the Bible, the verses and stuff, and I'm just like, damn, I've been getting a lot more than I have from regular books.
Yeah.
And it's just crazy because it's like I never thought I would be reading
Like all the wisdom
the
is in
Bible.
there, huh?
I mean, for me, it's just like when I read things, like I can't read big portions. Like I literally have to read a few. Like for example, if I'm reading the Bible or something, like I can only read like 4 verses max. Because once you keep going, you're not extracting the real meaning within each, and that goes for business books, financial literacy, etc. Like,
that's true.
If you're just reading to read, like you're not getting everything you can be getting out of it.
And that's kind of what this book goes over. It helps with that. Like it talks about cutting out distractions and like, because all the little distractions, when you hear a ding go off in the middle of you reading, and you get on that ding and then you start scrolling through Instagram and you start scrolling through everything, it claps your attention span and you're not able to focus for long periods of time.
It is true. Yeah. But how do you get most of your information, like learning wise?
Just my own experience. For a while, I was so prideful and I didn't want to accept other people's experiences, you know. Yeah. So I was like, I'm gonna figure it out. In the story, you know. So I've now gotten to a point where I'm more accepting of, you know, advice and criticism and stuff. But I don't know. I like learning from my own experiences, not from not any longer as a prideful sense. Just like I just enjoy learning from my own mistakes.
Just going through it.
Yeah.
Huh?
I think like that's really the only way you can do it, because someone can tell you their experience, but like it won't really connect until you go through it.
Right.
Yeah, that is true. Yeah, that is true.
It's like when you tell a kid a stove's hot. It ain't hot until you touch it. You know? So it's like
and then it burnt.
And then they learn never touch it again.
Yeah.
That is true. Like in terms of like I was telling him earlier, like my parents would tell me something about like God or something, and then I didn't know what it meant until I went through it, and I'm just like, okay, they're just trying to protect me.
Right.
And if you don't understand something, you're just gonna have to go through it and experience it. And it's cool to learn, but you don't know till you
don't really get the meaning out of it, you know, the importance, until you've embraced it or if you've gone through it.
It's actually like school, like when they teach us things, we've never been to them, so how can we extract that info?
Right.
And that's the big reason why I hated school for the longest. I never believed in it because of that exact point. What's the biggest stop for you, like on college? I know where you're at, but I just want them to know.
You know, if you feel like it's for you, then, you know, go ahead. I don't feel like it's a scam or nothing. I just know for me, it ain't it. Like, it ain't nowhere near being it. Like, I'm not passionate about school. I'm passionate about learning, but I'm not passionate about learning in ways of others. You know, like, that's just me though. I like learning my own way, and
Mm-hmm.
I like doing things, and I don't like the school environment, you know, and all my experiences through school, I just feel like didn't really.
I'm gonna be honest. Like, I agree with you 100%. Learning your own way is better than school. Like, school is literally what's stopping me from learning how I want to.
Yeah, bro. Oh, remember when I put about Albert Einstein on the second episode?
Mm-hmm.
That so Albert Einstein had a quote where his education is limiting him from learning. And I was like, damn, we're over here in school getting an education instead of learning.
Mm-hmm.
I was just like, bruh. And then I was telling y'all, I was about to drop out, and they didn't let me drop out. I had to pay 70% of my tuition if I wanted to drop out.
Sheesh.
And I was like, nah,
Okay.
tripping. And then I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna do one more semester and see how it goes. And I was just like, I'm at a point where it's like, oh, I'm just doing the work, and then just gonna do my podcast or my editing. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't work for some people. That comes back to knowing yourself, like you said. If it works for you, then it works for you. So what's the best way for people to support you? Like on Instagram or
Yeah, check out my Instagram, Chop by Rob. Right now it's really just barber stuff, but like I said, I got some super fire stuff. I don't want to say nothing, but my YouTube is also Chop by Rob. So eventually I'll.
Oh, and his
Get on
TikTok.
top
He's
of
on TikTok,
I'm on
YouTube.
TikTok
I'll link it up there. He's on everywhere. Are you on Facebook or no?
I got Facebook, but that's like for like the fam type thing.
But I
That's
haven't
where I
been on.
post my selfies at.
That's true. Well, hey, bro, I appreciate you talking to
sure,
us. Like,
for sure.
I'm pretty sure you're gonna help some people out. Every time I bring someone on, I'm trying to extract the most out of them because I know it's gonna help us and it's definitely gonna help people.
Mm-hmm.
So I appreciate you like being deep and telling everybody like where your mindset, where your
For
head's
sure,
at.
no problem.
And yeah, this is gonna wrap it up. Appreciate you guys. This episode is gonna come out Tuesday, 11:59, same time, and then the 8th episode the week after that. So, peace.
Peace.
Yes, sir.